the way, yo.
I probably wish for your kiss. I'm a fiend for your touch. It's like I can't get enough of your lips, your smile. You've had me sprung for a while, but when it's time to go deep, it's like you never wanna speak. I wanna go deeper, deeper than most. I wanna be intimate, I wanna be close. And if you let me be your wonder-wall, girl, I can make it waterfall, until it rains all over my head. Girl, I wanna love you and treat you like a queen. Put no one above you, 'cause you're my everything. Pretty girl, you know you're hard to learn, and it makes you not easy to love. Pretty girl, I can't read your mind, and I really wanna know your signs. Love signs, love signs, love signs, love signs, love signs, love signs. You need some words of affirmation. Girl, this is not infatuation. I buy you a kiss just like it's Valentine's, but what we missing is quality time. Your lips, your kiss, your smile. You've had me sprung for a while, but when it's time to go deep, it's like you never wanna speak. I wanna go deeper, deeper than most. I wanna be intimate, I wanna be close. And if you let me be your wonder-wall, girl, I can make it waterfall, until it rains all over my head. Girl, I wanna love you and treat you like a queen. Put no one above you, 'cause you're my everything. My everything. Let me see it. I wanna know your love side, baby. Pretty girl, you know you're hard to learn, and it makes you not easy to love. Baby, pretty girl, I can't read your mind, and I really wanna know your signs. Love signs, love signs, love signs, love signs, love signs, love signs. Pretty girl, you know you're hard to learn, and it makes you not easy to love. Pretty girl, I can't read your mind, I wanna know your signs.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I am your boy, Silassie, and I am so sorry to you guys that are my main followers, because it has been a while since I have sat in this seat and did a show for you guys. The last time that we did it, I was trying to go live for my album release party, which went super well. I want to thank all the sponsors like Kaya Rowan Papers, Fort Works. Shout out to Sarah. She helped a huge part of us, getting the whole floor and everything together. Shout out to Sway with Date RX, Bareface Network, which is me and Heather, Mr. IOTBA. I be on that bullshit. Shout out to him for hosting the show. Spaceboy Fresh. Man, it was really good, man. And I had a lot of good feedback after that night. I didn't realize so many people actually liked my music until that night. some of you guys leave comments and feedback, but when it's face to face, it's a whole different story. So I just want to show my appreciation to you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for getting the album I Am Silassie White and Black, which is on iTunes and Spotify right now. But let's get into what the topic of today is. And today is problem solving. Now, I have, done a lot of work as a solo artist and running a record label with other artists. I'm in the studio a lot working with Joshua Dupre with Dupre Studio Recordings. And I'm always, asking artists, what's, their main struggles and, how, what they're doing and, to see where their mindset is, to see where they could be going with this music. And, it's all about how you're really taking this, how serious do you really want this music career? So, I feel like today would be a good time to talk about problem solving because, when I was coming up into this, I had to learn everything for myself. And nowadays, being an artist, it's in your hands. It's no longer, you have to wait for a record label to come in and sign you for you to get distribution. No more do you have to worry about, going to the radio station and forking up this. There's other outlets out there. And since the internet is so live now, you have access to everything. So today I'm going to, pretty much break down some things as far as problem solving because, the action that you need to take towards what you're doing needs to be thorough and it needs to be, specific to what you're doing, knowing your demographics, knowing, your geographics, knowing how to put your music out there and market it. So a lot of things that I run into is people not working social media. This problem solving is simple. What you should be doing is going online, going to Google, and searching in a lot of these problems. There are seminars that tell you about how to market on social media, how to use your Facebook ads, how to use your Instagram ads, your Twitter ads. There's I think it's called Hootsuite, which is a way that artists can use all of their social medias at one time with one post. So say I need to do a blast for all my, let's say my album, I Am Silassie White album, right? So what I could do is go to Hootsuite, type in all of my social medias as far as, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. And I feel like there's some other stuff there that's on there too. I haven't really used that because I like being personal on my social medias. But this is a way, if you are not good at social media, this is a sure way to make sure you're reaching your audience and being able to tackle I don't want to go to this social media and I don't want to go to this social media, because you have to take that out of your mind that I don't want to, because you not wanting to is the reason why you don't have a fan base, the reason why people don't show up to your shows, the reason why other artists aren't reaching out to do features with you. So these type of things is what you need to be capitalizing on. Since we are in the age of technology, social media is going to be a huge way that you're going to build your fan base and be able to spread your music. So, like I was saying, when you go to Google, you can type in marketing strategies for social media. I'm guarantee you they're going to bring up so many different ways of marketing. I mean, on YouTube, I'm pretty fucking sure that there is so many geeks out there that will freaking tell you, oh, well, this is the best way and this is the best way. But it's all trial and error. So first off, when you do your post, like I said, when you go to your Hootsuite and you got your title of what you want to promote, At this time, what you want to start looking at is when you're getting, clicks, when people are actually on Facebook. Your Facebook actually has analytics for you, and I actually looked at my analytics, and I'm pretty thorough as far as 18 to 24, 25 to 34. Male and female. So now that gives me somewhat of where I need to be marketing my music, because those are the people paying attention to my music. So at the end of the day, you gotta treat your music as a business. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, as an artist, you're supposed to just be an artist, and other people are supposed to worry about that. But here's the deal: when you're an up and coming artist, you don't have that network to do that. You don't have the clout to do that. So the best thing to do is utilize your social medias. The first thing, on top of putting out, what you're promoting, is asking for other people's emails. This is vital because when you are dropping projects, besides, just posting on your social medias, when you're dropping projects, you can keep people up to date with newsletters. You can keep people up to date with all the information that you are doing and all the stuff that you are doing and what's coming in the near future. This is a huge way of collecting data. Ask people for their emails. I mean, it's really not that hard. And if they choose not to give you their email, then move on. This is music. You're going to get so many no's, so many no's, so many no's, and then you might get a maybe, and then you might get a yes. So in this game, it's almost as the sales. I don't know if anybody's ever worked sales and did retail before in their life, but the music industry is like that. You got to be able to coat yourself and not get emotional when someone tells you no. So there we have emails. Now on top of that, you want to get your content correct. Make sure you're not only just going to the studio and spending money on studio. You got to factor in a budget of getting photography done. You need, how you're going to hit the blogs. How's your graphics? You know what I mean? Are you spending the money on good enough graphics for it to attract people's eye? You know what I mean? Take the time into making these graphics, because when you're on social media, and as we all know, it's literally your attention span is, a couple seconds really, because you're scrolling. I mean, you're throwing your thumb down just to see what's hot. You know what I mean? Unless you're really looking for that person to see what's going on. But what you want to do is, when you're posting this comment, we were talking about this today, me and Yash. Hashtags are a huge and vital thing. I wouldn't say as much for Facebook, but it is for Instagram and Twitter. So let's say, again, my album release is coming out. I put the album cover out there. I not only put the information that needs to be said about my project, and I'm not only hashtagging things that are about my project, but I'm also generalizing my hashtags that are going to bring in people from other states. Some of us will, click on a hashtag that says new music. Well, you're going to want to be on that list when people click on new music, new hip hop, new whatever, new album, artists. Hashtagging all of these are very vital. And these are called keywords. And I don't know if anybody has done this before, but when you get into web design and creating your website and stuff like that, keywords are vital. That's what hashtags are. So when someone goes into Google, and types in certain things and these keywords like Dallas Studios, well, guess what? Dupre Studio Recordings is going to pop up because that's one of his keywords. When people are searching new albums and they type in new album, if you are on your social media and you're keeping up to date with that, it's going to pop up. So that's I'm going to just capitalize right there on that. Social media, you need to be working that. I guarantee you, any conference you go to that's music related, and I don't care if it's producers, I don't care if it's bands, I don't care if it's musicians, whoever, your social media is what's going to get you where you need to be. And let's go to the next step. Interacting with your audience. So I feel like when a lot of people use their social medias, it's, they're on there real quick and then they're out. If you're an artist, you don't want to be on there quick and out. You need to be studying what people are saying. If you drop a post and someone says, hey man, this is great music, don't just leave the comment. Interact with that person. Why do they like your music? Give them a reason to want to keep looking into you. You know what I mean? Stir up a conversation about music. At this point, they already broke the ice and told you that they like your product. So now what do you need to do is capitalize on that. Hey man, I got this new song coming out. Will you, take a listen if I give it to you and give me some feedback? You just made a solid fan, because not only are you giving your fan a personal experience, but you're involving them into your music. So a lot of the difference is when you get a fan that's to a fan that's like, oh, I'm at your show, I want to buy your t-shirts, where's this, where's that. There's a difference between that, and the difference between those are the people that are going to show up to your shows. So when you are over social media, it's easy to act, it's easy to give this perception to people and let them, see you on this grand pedestal. But you have to make yourself and put yourself on that pedestal. You have to take this serious for yourself and want to be that greatness. You have to feel that greatness. A lot of my shows, we talk about manifestation. You have to manifest these things and create these things for people to want and want and want and want and want. And again, communicating with your fans and asking them questions, getting more feedback out of them is very vital. Let's say what else do you think? Actually, what? Any artist, let me put this up for questions now, because I want to interact with you guys as well, because I want to know what some of your struggles are so we can try to problem solve these issues. Another thing I want to talk about too is after you've got the relationship on social media, right? And you're putting out this content, you got their emails, you interacted with your fan, right? Now it's time to hit the streets. Okay, well, what do I do in the streets? How do I do this and how do I do that? Well, there's plenty of ways of marketing hand to hand, as far as getting flyers, as far as getting posters. Keeping content in someone's face is crucial. T-shirts, any merchandise, hell at that. You know what I mean? If you're around people that use lighters all the time, get lighters made with your social media on it. Again, it's going to come back to social media, because when you're face to face with somebody, I ain't never met you before, but I want to know something about you because you look like a star. You look like you might be somebody, but when they go look you up, you're not that perception of what they just saw of you. So again, like I just said at the beginning of the show, it's going to come back to social media. You have to give them this perception. So you're in front of their face and you're like, yeah, man, I got this music. You got to have a card. If you don't have any cards to give to anybody, how is anybody going to search for you? Because I'm telling you right now, I've met plenty of artists that have just literally told me about their music and told me their name. And guess what? 5 seconds later, I seen this nice ass car drive by, and I totally just forgot our conversation, and now I don't know where to look you up at. I remember your face, but that's gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? Yash, you want to chime in real quick with something? No? Okay. You're getting the mic ready, so I thought you were coming in with something. But yeah, artists, again, here's a question. What is some of the issues that you're having? Put them in the comment section, and we will try to problem solve them for you. So again, you have merchandise, right? You're out and about, walking down, let's say, Deep Ellum. As you can tell, as an area like that, there is a lot of saturation of artists. So what makes you, or what's going to put you separate than other people that's out there that's doing the same thing? So this is where your creativeness comes in. I mean, as ability as an artist to create music, you have imagination. You have the creativity to do this. You might not have the know-how because you never done it, but it's all about trial and error at the end of the day. You have to live and learn in order to progress in this. And again, until you have the clout and the money to pay for management, PR, street teams, and all that type of stuff, you got to learn how to work on these things. I can't tell you how many times, let's say this, for instance, you get a show. So let's say you're working your social media, right? And, you have a pretty good perception, but let's say your local audience isn't really interacting with you. You notice like a lot of Dallas people aren't, reaching out to you or coming to your shows, for instance. So what in your mind can you problem solve to realize, how can I get to these people so they can come follow me or figure out, who I am? You got to realize when you are out in these streets, and what's funny is actually at my album release, I cannot remember her name, but she this woman, I call her Dread Lady. She was talking to me, and she was like, every time you get out, you need to have a camera behind you. You need to always be on this part. Everybody needs to be asking questions about you every single time. So I don't want to say fake it to make it, but you kind of have to give that perception. Here's the deal. Let's say I have a cameraman around me 24/7, right? All of the footage that he's gathering is going to draw question to people that's across the street. Why is this camera on this man? Who is this person? Again, you get that question mark. Then it draws into people. Let's say you're going out to the grocery store, right? Some of us like to go dress down and do whatever. As an artist, your perception of image of what you look like when you walk into that grocery store, you need to look like you're a star. And now I'm not saying walk around with this cocky ass attitude and, I'm better than everybody. That's not the confidence I'm speaking on. The confidence I'm speaking on is when you walk in and your chin is straight, not, chin up and, you're arrogant to everybody around you and you're just like, oh, I'm this fucking rapper, but nobody knows who you are. No, you have to be approachable. Now, I had this problem as being approachable because I always have like this fucking mean ass look on my face. I'm sometimes happy, some of you guys know me personally, but like for the most part I have a fucking mean face and I'm an asshole. So sometimes when I would be out and about, people wouldn't even want to approach me, but they'd wonder who I am. And why I know this is because later on, I run into these people again, and they tell me, like, dude, you look like you look like a dick, and I didn't even want to talk to you. I thought you were just this, horrible fucking asshole, and, you just thought you were the shit, and da-da-da-da-da. No. Yeah, I just had this shitty ass look on my face, and I stay with it. But here's the deal. When you get out, you got to be smiling. You got to be loving life. You got to be wanting to take in, like, hey, how you doing? Wanting to shake hands, greet people. Hey, my name is Silassie. Here's the thing I'm going to stress out to you guys real quick. How I've created and established a lot of my stuff is literally going up to people and telling them who I am. Because at the end of the day, the person next to me might be somebody that's in the industry, and I would never know until I even said something to them. A lot of the people in the industry don't care about your look and all this other stuff and who this and who that. It's all about business at the end. So realize fan base and networking for business. So I'm not going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you guys it's 90% business, 10% talent. So as you're out there, doing your music, you need to be in a networking mindset at all times. Even if there's another artist and he's a competition with you. Yeah, so what? There's a million of us. But how can we network together for us both to come up? This is networking. Oh, somebody that has a radio station. Oh, you may know somebody that does photography. Oh, you know somebody that does this. Oh, you know somebody that does this. Great. Now you start getting in and you start creating a crowd. You start creating your network of who you need around you. This comes by talking to people. Let's say, how can I put this? Let's say you need to do some t-shirts, right? This is how I'm gonna tell you how I would approach this, right? So I'm gonna make a post and ask anybody if they make t-shirts. I might not get some hits and I might not, whatever. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on Google and I'm gonna look up all the t-shirt making people around, right? So when I get them on the phone and I'm talking to them, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I just need t-shirts done and what's your price? No, try to establish a network and communicate with this person to where you can go back and do work without having to spend that money, because establishing that friendship and that business will help you later on. Because you might be able to be like, hey, if I put your logo on my t-shirt and I get this amount of t-shirts and I help market for you, will you cut that price down? Bam. Guess what? Now you got a t-shirt making company that's ride or die with you, because not only are you coming them for business, but you're helping their business because you're marketing. And it's not just, oh, I'm a customer. Hey, what's up, Joe, Frank, Bob? How you doing today? You got first names. That's key. When you start getting to the first name basis and communicating that way, now you know you have established a correct network. That's just one thing, for instance. Let me see. What up to Willie B real quick. Let me see what he's saying. Who just never knows who's watching and listening, etc., etc. Take some notes, kids. Shout out to Willie B. See, now here's the thing. Artists, if you're watching this show, and I just brought up Willie B, right? For instance, he has a logo on as his profile picture. To me, I would see that. I'm going to be like, what is this about? He's not just a normal person. Or, oh, he made a comment that might indicate that he's somebody. Guess what? Go look them up and figure out who they are, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been on live streams and major record label executives were watching, other radio stations were watching, other producers were watching, and it's as easy as typing in the comments, hey, I'm an artist, I need this and this, and then not only just doing that, but going to click on their name, send them a message like, hey, my name is so and so, I'm an artist, or I'm a band, I do this, I have that, I'm looking to establish this, and I want to build this great big this, and you want to paint that picture. The biggest thing about somebody getting into what you got is how much you are how can I say this, how much you are, what's the word I'm looking for? I just went fucking blank on that shit. The best way to entice somebody is pretty much how can you involve them, right? How big is this going to get, and the effort again. So I'm going to bring that back to that too. So let's say I go to paint this picture for somebody and I'm just like, yeah, I'm a rapper. And that's it? No, yeah, I'm just a rapper. I go in the booth and I rap. So fucking what? What are you doing? Like, what else? That's it? That's it? Okay, cool. Guess what? You're not going to get anybody to help you. You're not going to entice anybody to come fucking work with you when you do that. Oh, let's go back. What do? Oh, I'm an artist. I'm going to go back. I'm going to use rapper. I'm a rapper. I got a group of rappers that are with me. I'm going to this recording studio. We're working on an album, and, I'm thinking about getting this merch, and, I want to do this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. That is what's going to get you somebody that's going to come in and be like, oh, well, maybe I should invest in this kid. Oh, maybe I should, maybe help him out, do some things, do a sponsorship. It's crucial the way you communicate your career at the end of the day, because I don't care who you are and what you do. If it's remotely something, I don't care. Look, anybody wants to get paid for a hobby. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you make some damn good pots and you just happen to likely do it, and a motherfucker says, I will pay $20 for that pot, guess what? Your ass is selling that pot. And you're going to go get some more clay and make some more motherfucking pots. Right? Cool. So, that's the same fucking attitude you need to have. Now, I'm going to branch off a little bit. So, we covered having social media. Again, you can go to Google. You can go check out, I'm pretty sure Google will bring up information as far as, the best times, generalized times for post. Just think about it off the top of your head. Most people go to work 9 to 5, correct? Okay. What time do people usually get home and want to rest and want to actually look into stuff? You got to think about these things. Like, for instance, I had to think about what time do I want to actually do my radio show? Because, I don't want to put it too late in the day and then, people are restless and, whatever. The whole day's missed out and I didn't help because I didn't give them no music to get through that fucking day. So I had to figure out a prime time to do that. So figure out your prime times for your social media. Like I said, make sure you're using Hootsuite. And if you're not using Hootsuite, which covers all the social medias, you have to personalize your Facebook, your Twitter, and your Instagram. So we covered getting the social media part and building your fan base. I'll kind of touch base real quick on that in case you missed it. Make sure you're using ads. Make sure you're interacting with your fan base. When someone, leaves a comment, make sure you're liking it and replying back to it. Also, you're going to want to reach out to people. I'm not saying spam is the best way to do it, but if you do it correctly and to the right people, it's not considered spam. If you are making let's say, I'm going to put this in an email and in a direct message. Hi, my name is Anthony Silassie. I am a Dallas artist. I have an album coming out, and I would just really appreciate your feedback. Even if you don't like it, it helps me. There's something simple. It's not too much. It's not too little. And you just simply post that to those that you want to get that feedback from. Now, here's the deal. A lot of artists and a lot of people in the music industry reach out to others in the music industry. That's wrong. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I'm going to tell you right now that's wrong. What you need to be doing when you're making these posts is reaching out to people that aren't in the music industry. Because regardless of, let's say I reach to a band and I tell him that, right? He's in a band, he's doing his own music, he doesn't really give a fuck about my shit. Yeah, he might like it, but at the end of the day, he has his own craft to worry about and put out there and promote. What you want to do is reach out to the person that works at 7-Eleven that wears their headphones every day, or the person that's always talking about the hottest new music out there, or let's say if you are a rapper and you need beats, send it out to the people that make beats, or so on and so forth. But make sure you're not reaching out to the same people that are in the industry that you are, because those are not the ones that are going to show up to your shows. A lot of us artists, I experienced this for, let's say, 10 years really, because I started out as the rapper. You get on stage with a 2-track and you perform for sometimes 7. Actually, I've performed one song literally before and paid for that slot, all the way up to a 15-minute slot. So here's the deal. You get a show, and let's say you've been promoting this whole time to artists. So when you go to this show and all the artists perform, I guarantee, and I'm pretty sure all of you have noticed, as soon as that artist is done, their fans leave, which leaves you and the rest of other artists sitting in this room. Now, yes, it's a promoter's fault and bad promoting on why there is not fans there, and maybe the venue had a point or part in that situation why they weren't marketing it either. But at the end of the day, if you weren't marketing and shooting at the people that are in the music industry, you would have more of a fan base showing up to your shows. It wouldn't just be other artists. And quite frankly, I hate to admit it, but I do sometimes get what's the word? I'm like losing all my words today. I get competitive too, and which all artists should have that competitive spirit, but it shouldn't interfere with the networking with another artist. But what I mean by that is I don't want to sit here and just watch artists. You know what I mean? Like, if you're at them type of shows, man, go outside. Like, say you're a Deep Ellum and this show's going on and you see what's going on. Go outside. Hey, I am so-and-so. Shake my hand. Come check out this show. We got a bunch of new artists in there. Pull people into that. You know what I mean? That's my best scenario for that. The problem solving with that is going back to the social media, going back out to the personal interaction with passing out flyers to prevent for stuff like that. You know what I mean? You don't want to be performing to people that's working. Nobody wants to do that, right? Okay. So when we get back, actually, I'm gonna let a music break come in. When we come back, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about performance. I'm going to talk more about how to actually establish yourself with networking with, another business or so on and so forth. Trying to get sponsorships, you know what I mean? That's really tough to do. So when we get back, I got more information for you guys. This is Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I am your boy, Silassie, and we'll be right back with ya. Yes, sir.
She want me for my playboy, yeah. I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy, yeah. Let's get it on, all night and day. Let me put my ball in your basket. Can I hit it off the backboard? She's a point up, a point down, like we keepin' score. She's my starting point guard, then I let her take control. I will call the plays and spread it around on the floor. It's the championship series, the game's in my bedroom. I'ma show you exactly, girl, what I'm gonna do to you. Can I score on it like Jordan? Can I slam it like Pippen? She's my MVP and not like these other women. Number one's on her jersey, her kiss is sweet like Hershey. Can I get a taste of your candy? Her lingerie looks fancy. I wanna feel her love, I wanna feel her touch. I'm mesmerized by her feeling, overheated from the rush. She wants me for my playboy, I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy. Let's get it on, all night and day. She want me for my playboy, yeah. I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy, yeah. Let's get it on, all night and day. Let's get it on like Marvin. Won't you take it off like Teddy? I can tell by the look in your eyes that you're ready. Up and down and side to side. Let me set it on cruise control and take you for a ride. Can I see it from the front? Can I see it from the back? I wanna do some nasty things to you just like that. Can I watch it go in? Can I watch it come back out? I wanna show you a cobra, immortals about. I'll give you kisses down your back, massage you with the oil. Your wish is my command and I promise to be loyal. My sex game's unstoppable, she changed to play like an audible. She's prime time like Dion, so we can see what she want me for my playboy. I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy. Let's get it on, all night and day. She want me for my playboy, yeah. I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy, yeah. Let's get it on, all night and day. It's going down tonight, 'cause the mood is right. Baby, take off all your clothes. Let's take it nice and slow. I'm so glad that you're the one. Let's chill right here and have some fun. Yeah. Give you how you like it, take it how you want it. We can change position, there's no intermission. Work it to the climax, her nails down on my back. Let me spread you open like butter, let me show you there's no. She want me for my playboy, I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy. Let's get it on, all night and day. She want me for my playboy, yeah. I'll be the coach, and I'll call the play. She want me for my playboy, yeah. Let's get it on, all night and day. She want me for my playboy. records. Another DJ Mac production. I never change on my nigga, never turn my back, never that there's a fixture. I've been out here for a minute, hustling, trying to get it, that there's a fixture. I never fold under pressure, never go broke, never that there's a fixture. I never turn on my family, death before dishonor, that there's a fixture. When I started out on my grind, I had my partners BG and Chew by my side. We used to beef with that boy Crip, now we're like brothers. That's real shit. We had to understand one thing: you fuck with real niggas, then you see more change. Crip say he probably died in the game. He done tried to do it, can't change. When they shot up my bro Chew, I'm on the highway praying, not knowing what to do. With my mind on murder, cause if I lose my brother, it's gonna be a murder. I never change on my niggas, I turn my back, never that there's a fixture. I've been out here for a minute, hustling, trying to get it, that there's a fixture. I never fold under pressure, never go broke, never that there's a fixture. I never turn on my family, death before dishonor, that there's a fixture. When BG had that monkey on his back, I didn't turn my back, I let him ride that. In health and strong like a silverback, I knew you pull through and bounce back. My homie Wano always let me know, you know you got the talent, end up what you waiting for. Now I'm focused, it's time to go. Set it off and blow up like some C4. I done seen murder, probably see some more. They did some dirt and where I'm from, I probably do some more. Cause it's all for the money. I won't move a muscle if it ain't about the money. I never change on my niggas, I turn my back, never that there's a fixture. I've been out here for a minute, hustling, trying to get it, that there's a fixture. I never fold under pressure, never go broke, never that there's a fixture. I never turn on my family, death before dishonor, that there's a fixture.
More that shit. Me and your friend, but trust me the win. You can't play D, get cross or come in. Me vexing up, cause you give man bad name. Oh no, more that shame. Me and your friend, but trust me the win. You can't play D, get cross or come in. Them a say me real and out of order, tough like disorder. Me bad mind, I'm a running farmer. Shoot them see the rims and the tint on the ladder. Them a carry news and a chat, but my father me say me bring. Face the road and out of order. Me bad mind, I'm a running farmer. Big face the road and out of order. Brand new rims and a tint to the ladder.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I am your boy Silassie. In today's show, we are talking about problem solving for artists, bands, musicians, whoever the fuck. So at the beginning of the show, I had brought up social media, right? Let's do a real quick relapse on some of the social media that I was speaking about. So you get on social media, you're like, I don't fucking stand social media, whatever. Yeah, I can't either. We got to get over that. This is business. So again, if you're not the type of person that's personal on social media, you're not on there like, oh man, my tire was flat today. Hey man, there was they gave me short of me on the egg on a McMuffin today, man. If you're not one of those type of people, seriously, look, I brought up Hootsuite, right? You make your post and it goes all the way across those social medias. Now, when you're doing that, make sure your content's correct. You know, you got good graphic design, your hashtags are right. You know, you got informative information for people to go look for you. What did you bring up, Yash? We were talking about social media off the air. Give me 1 second. Bring him on the mic.
You can like schedule.
Yes.
So if you're bored, you can say something and then it'll go out later. You
Exactly.
do it all the time, right?
Right. So here's the deal. Okay. So for somebody that is only having to worry about artistry for themselves, right? And it's not like you have all these other businesses. You can schedule post. Now, the best thing to do with this is like I was saying at the beginning is when you're going over these social medias and you're looking at your analytics, you know what your best times are. You can see, let's say the 15th was spiked fucking high and there was 20 people on your page at that day, between 3 and 5, and the next day it was da 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 da. Well, gather all this information. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna want to do this for at least a month. And why I say that is because people's habits and shit change quite frequently. So make sure you're gathering enough data and information so when you schedule your post, you can sit down one day, right? Say you got all the shit you need to be done. You got to work on your fucking whatever. You sit down and you're like, okay, well, for this week, I'm going to make a post about my new photo shoot. Right, you already got the pictures taken. You're gonna bring up a post about your photo shoot, and then schedule maybe a few hours later pictures of the photo shoot or a preview of the photo shoot. And a few hours later, you're gonna want to do that. That's one day down, and you got 3 posts there, and you got them at the precise times that you need to be posting. You can go on to the next day, and literally you can sit down. And I think I've done a week's worth of posting in about a 6-hour day, right? And again, if you're serious about this, you're treating it like a business. This isn't just like, a fucking hobby. This isn't something you just fucking take lightly, because at the end of the day, as a creative and as people that make music, our hearts get broken fucking easy. You don't like the music, nobody's fucking paying attention to you, nobody's listening to you. That shit hurts. I don't give a fuck who you are and what you do in this music. That shit hurts. And Erykah Badu said it. I'm sensitive about my shit, and I'm just as fucking sensitive. And before, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, I felt like I was all the way sensitive. As soon as somebody make a feedback about anything, and if it was bad, I wouldn't retaliate, but I would make a post about it. No, you don't like me. Nobody showed up. You guys are all mean and fucking drama queen type shit. That shit you got to stay away from, because you have to keep your head cool and when people look on your page, they can't be seeing shit like that. So again, take this shit serious. Sit down for 6 hours out of your day. That's it. To create a post for all week, to where you don't have to do that again until that time comes again. So this comes down to managing your time correctly. Now, I didn't get into that because that's the next thing that comes in order. I should have said that first, because managing your time is crucial. I should have said that, Yash, first. I'm not even gonna lie, because okay, let's go back. I'm fucking all over the place now, but follow me, okay? So, like I said at the beginning, if you're not the type of person that, you got another business, you got a job to worry about, you got kids to worry about, and, you got the time to do this, right? Make sure you're doing things appropriately. Make a budget for yourself. Now, a lot of people laugh like, budget, what's a budget? I'm sure you guys heard that so many times, because as soon as you ask a major artist or a fucking manager, can I get a feature? They're like, what's your budget? And then you're like, I don't know. Well, that's why you need to figure out what your budget is. Okay. So me personally, I'm going to look at it like this. Again, don't take me literally for everything that I'm saying, because it works differently for everybody. But this particular thing, you need to work exactly how it should, right? So let's say you got a project, an album, right? Let's go lower. Let's do a single, right? So you have a single, right? You go into the studio and you say, all right, well, I'm going to put this amount of money into the creation of this song. That goes your production side. Whoever made the beat, you know, are you paying exclusive rights for this? Are you paying for leasing? And that alone right there is going to make a dramatic change in what the outcome of your music is. Because leasing doesn't necessarily mean that it's fully yours. Actually, the beat is not yours at all. The person that made the beat still owns the rights. Now, exclusive is exactly what that word means, is it's exclusive to the person that purchased it, which is you. Now, a lot of artists that want to take this serious, and this is a major fail, and this is only because I know from an engineering side and working with the studio, which is Dupre Studio Recordings. If you are serious about your music, make sure you get the track outs. Okay, track outs will allow your music to be formed around you. It's able to be molded to what you actually want the song to sound like. And I'm not just talking about fucking you're rapping on beat type shit. I'm talking about the sounds of the hi-hats to the kicks, or the, you know, is the kick the same same, what is it, key or tone as the fucking rest of the song? Is your melodies, you know, is there noise in it? Is there high frequencies? You got too many 1K? If you don't know what that means, okay, I apologize, but I'll explain it to you. So frequencies within the beat can mash and create mud, right? So let's say you get a 2-track and you just lease this from this artist, from this producer, and that's all you got, right? So you get down to the recording side, all you have is just your vocals and that instrumental. There is no manipulation besides your vocals that we can do with that. So again, if you're taking this serious, when you at the very beginning and you create this song, if you're not lucky enough to have a producer or a beat maker next to you, this is the shit you're going to run into. Okay, so now you get the exclusive. Now you know that you need exclusive. I'm sorry, a lot of these beat makers sell their shit $900, $300, $400, whatever the case is. But guess what? It goes back to networking. Are you communicating with this beat maker other than just spending money with him? Are you bringing him other artists? Are you actually doing what you're supposed to be doing with music? Because I'm going to tell you right now, a beat maker is not going to cut you a deal if you're not promoting your music properly. Because at the end of the day, none of us want to put our work in jeopardy to where it's just going to be out there for no fucks to even give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to establish that network if you're not communicating with them and keeping in contact with them. So there's Air One. Okay, so back to, you got the exclusive, right? You're like, all right, cool, here's the budget, I got, you know, this is, let's say the beat's 300. Okay, put that down. Now, how much studio time is this going to cost? Here's an effective way to do this, and I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of studios will eat your fucking money because you are not prepared for your product. Now, as much as I would like to take your fucking money and just let you run up the studio time, I want you to be productive. I don't like just fucking sitting there watching you still figure out shit. It's not good for the engineer, because then now you're wearing his ear out the whole time that you're listening to this beat and trying to figure stuff out. Now, Yash can tell you firsthand about them type of situations. You want to chime in on this one? Because this is something that you deal with daily.
That is something I deal with daily. I want to go back to the last one, though, the 2 tracks, real quick.
Yeah.
And the importance of it. I hear it all the time because people bring in these 2 tracks all the time. And what I mean by that is anything off YouTube or any beat that you're able to click on and listen to, that's a 2-track, right? It's got left and right, and that's what we're listening to. So I get it all the time, like, oh, why isn't mine hitting as hard as these guys? Well, it's like, that's what you got. And the biggest problem is, when you get these beats off someone and it is the way it is, that was made by a beat maker. That was not touched by a mix engineer. Yeah. Right? There's a big difference. So It's not mixed. And you want us to just throw your vocals on top. That's what you're going to get, right? And another thing is, like, so something else you do, right? You do video and photo editing and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Would you ever want to sit down for 20 to 40 hours on one project and get paid $20? No. Right? So it takes a lot of time to make a good beat from a good person that knows what they're doing and makes it sound right. They're not just made in a second. So when someone puts in a lot of time, they deserve that money.
Exactly.
Right? And so when you're thinking about all that, you're talking about planning and all that, you need to plan on the whole project as a whole, from the studio time to the beats, like you were saying. So, you know, if you were told to go build a hotel and you plan it out, you do all the math, and it comes out to $1 million, and you have 500,000, why the hell would you why would you start, right? So
exactly.
I mean, figure out the plan. What do you need for beats? What do you need for advertisement, studio time, a crew behind you, photos, videos? I mean, think of everything, write it down, put it on Excel, or find someone to do it for you. I mean, you need a number, and it's not even a guess. Like, you need, like, this is the number. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or, I mean, this is how much I need to spend, and then utilize that plan. But going into it blindly, what's going to happen is you're probably going to run out of money, run out of time.
Yep.
Something's going to fail. You're going to try to push out a half-assed project. No, never rush. As much as it bothers me when I see people not utilizing studio time and sitting around or writing non-efficiently, as much as that bothers me too, so does rushing. You know, I think quality projects, quality music is always the number one thing. So
exactly.
That's what you got my brain thinking about.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to go back to that too, because, you know, this is a crucial part, because before you even get out the studio to promote it, it has to sound of quality. Right. Now, a lot of people, you know, let's say, like I said, you get the exclusive, right? Now, when you're going to create this song, now I can't say this is I'm gonna play this in two ways, because these are usually the two ways that happen. One is the way that I do, and I don't write unless I have an instrumental for me to write to, because I let the beat talk to me, not the other way around. Because I don't have the luxury of a beat maker just sitting right next to me 24/7 to make everything that I need him to make. Then you have the other side where people will write and find a beat to match it, right? Okay. Either way, of those two that you're working off of, exclusive rights is what's going to be yours. And the next part of that, now let's say you've already written, you're on this side of the boat, you already written all the song and you got the beat to match it. Rehearse the song. I, for one, am not that type of person. I'm just going to tell you a personal preference of mine. It's not a preference, it's just fucking lack of laziness. I don't really practice my songs until I'm in the studio. But guess what? You know why? I have the luxury that most people do not have the luxury of. So you're not going to want to be that artist that goes to pay $65 an hour, $75 an hour, $100 an hour to go in there and fuck up and have to, you know, redo your shit because you didn't know your line or your words properly. So practicing and rehearsing over your song will cut down the money that needs to be spent in the studio.
Pre-production, right? So
yes.
You know, one of the guys that comes in all the time, Wave, I love that he does this. It's a group of 3 guys, and they always record their song at home first and get it done, and then come to me, right? But you don't need anything crazy. I mean, a stock free sound recording program and $100 mic, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
But you're going to run into all the problems that you paid to run into, not on the clock. You're going to figure them out. You're going to adjust what you need to. Then you're going to come into the studio and do it in half the amount of time. So
exactly.
Pre-production, it's worth it. You know, it costs a little bit of money, barely anything. Just go buy a stupid USB mic and record yourself. That's it. Doesn't even need to sound good. It's not going to hit anybody's ears, but it's going to make you better in the studio.
Exactly. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, as much as we like taking money and, you know, buying fancy shit with it, we want you guys to be just as at quality as what we're actually pushing out. You know what I mean? Like, I'd hate to see artists spend their money not wisely. You know what I mean? And for one, if you're not up to date with your music and you're inside, like, for instance, I'll just throw this out there, not a name, but literally for almost 12 hours, we barely even got through the first 4 bars of this guy's hook. Now, those of you that know music, a hook is usually only 8 bars. So most of the time, people repeat their 4 bars. But I don't know what the hell was going on in this artist's mind. I don't know if he got too drunk, because that's what he figured what was supposed to happen in the studio.
There was a lot of alcohol.
Yeah,
that's just in the videos. That's not what's really supposed to happen.
Yeah, you know, like you get to the studio, you're supposed to work. It's not like a fucking party.
Right. And if you're going to bring your friends, don't bring your yes friends. Bring like the one friend that's going to tell you what's up.
Yeah, like no, dog, that shit was fucking whack. Rewind.
I mean, I've said it to you before.
Hey, man,
I don't like that.
Exactly.
We're still friends.
And you know what? At the beginning, it hurt, but guess what? It fucking made me better. Yeah. Like I used to have a problem with rapping on time. I was always just a millisecond behind the beat, just a millisecond. Until Yash was like, nah, motherfucker, you gonna get this right. Let me put the click on.
It's crazy because you can watch. What was happening the day that we realized that was I was editing and you were just watching, right? Because you're an artist, you're not even the engineer, but you're paying attention to what's going on to your own music. Exactly. And you can see that these obvious walls in the bubbles of audio are not lining up right on the lines that the kick drums are lining up. So you're like, oh, okay. And it makes you realize something about your own artistry.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because nothing sounded bad, nothing sounded off. But then when you nudge it over a little bit, you're like, oh wow.
Shit. Like, goddamn. Yeah. And see, and you know what? And let me put it to you like this. Any artist that's out there, if you're a rapper, you honestly, I'm not telling you to go learn a recording program at all. I mean, that was just what I did to get where I am now. You know what I mean? I started out with a fucking McDonald's cup with toilet paper over top of a little fucking recorder like this and used Cool Edit. You know what I mean? Like that's literally where I started. But here's the thing, we didn't have the money to go to studios. You know what I mean? So if you didn't got the money to go to studios, you start investing in yourself to be able to create the music. So I mean, that just goes back to budgeting yourself again. You know, it comes out to the end of the day is planning out what you need. Now there's a reason why I'm saying all this, because there's a goal at the end of this, and you're going to be surprised once you figure it out. So let's go back to the budgeting, right? You got your 2-track. Okay, because I said there was 2 incidents, right? Let me finish this one. I'm sorry, guys. So again, you're the artist that already writes the song, and you find the beat that matches it. You go home, or you're at home, you're practicing the song, you know the song by fucking heart, right? And the next step for you to do is have somebody listen to you while you're doing that. Because, and this is what Yash meant, is not having any yes men in your corner, because the person that's going to tell you no to rewrite something or to redo something is going to be the person that you're going to want to keep going back to. Because I can't tell you how many times my friends were like, yeah, man, that shit's dope, but then you guys skip me on the song.
I think another thing that comes when you have to do it in front of someone, right? So, you know, like I might have a friend that says, hey, check, I wrote something and it's really dope. And if I say, well, show me, if you can't, you're not ready. If you put on the beat and mumble it under your breath while reading the phone, you're not ready. You know, one of my favorite things about Nicky P, for example, just one person, if he says, you know, I have something, I say, let me hear it, he's yelling, no beat, nothing, on time, all the words, and makes me feel the song, and I didn't even give a shit that there was no beat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Now you're ready to record it. You gotta know the song.
Exactly.
Like, really, really know it.
And like, again, guys, this is not just like fucking slacking off. This is seriously taking your shit serious, like as serious as fuck, because you don't realize once you put your music out there, it's for the fucking world to see. And if you feel okay with the world fucking telling you that you're trash and you fucking suck, more power to you. But most of us don't want to hear that shit. So again, you got it, you're practicing, the person tells you, yeah man, that song's fucking dope, let's go. Guess what? You know how much money you just saved by this person telling you, yes, you're okay, the couple days or a week that you practice this shit? You know how much money you literally just saved? Because what you got right now is about an hour's worth of recording, right? So let's say there's a studio that you really want to go to. Let's use Yash, for instance. Yash, your studio is $65 an hour, but it's a 2-hour minimum. So let's say you're ready. You fucking ready. You got your fucking 2-track. You got your vocals down. You go in there. You spit it. And it didn't even take you but 45 minutes to lay the fucking vocals, right? Now you have more time for Yash to mix your vocals, to even mess with the beat. Now, this keeps your money down because if you didn't know your shit, you're probably looking about 4 hours.
Or this is one thing, like MJ does this, which is really cool. So when we finish a song and I'm over there mixing it, now the fact that I'm staying busy mixing his music, that's when he'll go into the other room and start writing in the studio environment.
Exactly.
But I'm not just sitting there waiting. I'm working, and so is he.
Exactly.
And then I say, hey man, song's mixed. We listen to it 2 or 3 times, make sure we like it. We'll start the next one and repeat the process.
There you go.
And that's always good.
And that's always good.
Yeah.
And that's good. But I was speaking on a single, for instance, because this is just the whole budgeting on that. Okay, so now you got your 2 hours in the songs. You got pre-mix on it. Now you get to take it home and listen to it. And that's what we recommend over anything is go home, put this in your fucking CD player, put this in your car, put this fucking on your phone, put the shittiest headphones on and listen to it. Tell me everything bad. A lot of people fail in this. And it's very sad that you go home and listen to it and can be okay with okay shit. A lot of people, like this goes back again to rushing shit. There's no reason why you should be rushing that at that point, right? Because you should be listening like, oh man, maybe I should have said this a little different, or maybe I should have, the beat should do this, and something should this, and the hi-hat needs to come up, and the kick needs to go down. There's a lot of mud. That type of stuff will help generate a class A fucking song. Don't just get your music, go home, be like, oh, just because it has a good sound and you're playing it, it's done. No, it takes about 3 or 4 times to really get a song completed. So, back to the budgeting. So, you got 300. You got your, 120 or 130? Yeah, 130 for your studio. Now, you're going to need probably about a good, 4-hour session, full mix. Like, what do you think?
Man, if you are really, really prepared, absolutely everything, and it's not an overly complex song, meaning, there's no choir and backgrounds and you want every effects in the world and all this kind of stuff. I mean, even 2 hours, plenty of people can get it done in 2 hours. Well, and with
the way you work too,
we do kind of have a faster time than
a lot
some
of
the other guys, but for a song, if you want to take it to the highest level possible, you're going to need more than 2 hours, because what you don't want to do, and this happens to some people, is you lay it down, you're listening back, you're going to say, oh, turn that shit all the way up, and then we play it and everybody's dancing around having a good time, and then they say, yeah, that's the one. It's like, dude, you did not even listen. Like, how were your S's? How were your T's? Did you slur anything? Was there you got to be listening to these little tiny artifacts, because that's what makes the biggest difference. So listen to your stuff and listen to it.
Exactly.
Don't just hear it. Listen.
I used to do that, and I'm not gonna lie. And
sometimes when a song is really good, it's hard for me not to do that. 'Cause you get into it, and sometimes and then sometimes we'll be like, oh, well, I said this here. It's like, you gotta not even be listening to certain things. You gotta be listening for specific things, and kind of go once through listening for S's, go once through listening for tone, go once through listening for slurs. Breaths.
That motherfucker.
All those little things, and critique the fuck out of it. Listen to it a cappella, then you'll find some shit.
Yeah, that's very crucial too.
Yeah.
And this is a crucial thing too, is picking the right studio. Now, as an artist that's been through, fucking my little fucking, what is it, $1,000 studio, to being in, I don't know if it was $1 million studio, but it was close to about 500,000. Let's just say that. That's probably what the console damn near cost itself. So it probably was $1 million studio. So I've seen the variations of studios, but guess what really fucking matters at the end of the day is the engineer behind it. So I have spent dumbass fucking money sitting in a fucking studio with an engineer that just clicks buttons and don't say shit and really don't do shit. So I'm just going to tell you now, fill out the studios. If you need to do that, it is very necessary. I don't give a fuck if they got the best equipment in that bitch.
I mean, feel out who you're going to be working with.
Yeah, okay, that's what I meant.
You know what
that's
I mean?
what I meant.
I mean, I've been there too. You know, even though I own a studio, I have been to many studios. I have worked at many studios. And, yeah, the studio doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean shit. I mean, I'll beat you with a $100 mic. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the studio. It is absolutely not. It's the ear.
It is. It is. And like hearing it from the horse's mouth and myself. Yeah. I mean,
and vibe
goes
too.
to tell
And
you.
vibe too, because you've seen it before. There's clients where, I mean, it's only happened maybe 2 or 3 times in my entire life. But if we don't vibe, like, dude, I don't even want your money. Like, I don't even want to be around you.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? And if I don't want to be around you, and you don't want to be around me, how are we going to get a good quality product together?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, vibe with your engineer. Make sure he gives a fuck. I'm shocked when people get a tour and don't ask to hear something that I've done.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, nice studio. We'll book a time. I'm like, dude, let me, like, show you something. Not that I need to, but, like,
yeah, they just want to see what the fuck it looks like.
And then, man, it doesn't matter because, like, yeah, the lights are cool and the wood is cool, but...
Yeah, at the end of the day, I could just be, like, pushing fucking buttons.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And, you know, it's tough, you know, doing that type of stuff. You know, I've called several studios, like in Dallas before I even met him. I called several studios, and my first thing was if I don't vibe with you on the phone, I'm not even gonna come look at your shit. Seriously.
Well, you know what? Since you brought that up, let me rewind a little bit. You were talking about perception, okay? And this crossed my mind when you mentioned it earlier, and this was huge because when I met you, I was currently building the studio that we have now, and it wasn't finished, but we were near the end and everything, and basically you sent me an email too after we talked on the phone. You immediately followed up with an email, and in that email you had a signature, and in that signature there was a web address and all this kind of stuff, and it said like, you can't copy my shit in some kind of professional way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, that's a pretty legit little tag he's got right there. I clicked on your website, and I'm scrolling through your website, and I was like, dude, this guy has to be like one of the biggest guys in Dallas, and I found him already. Like, holy fuck, this is awesome. Like, I gotta lock this guy in. Wow. You know what I mean? But the perception from that, dude, I mean, you had videos, pictures, letters that were easily read, everything that you ever needed to know was right there. And that perception, I mean, that's, you know,
and that's what gave you to move on to the next step.
And if you're an artist, you know, you're a businessman or woman. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if you're a country artist or, you know, the most trap rapper out there. You are a business person.
At the end of the day.
So, you know, shake my hand with a grip. Don't mumble on the phone. Know your times. Know your facts. You are a businessman.
Yes.
You might have to put an image on to the public, but don't call studio talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, fucking use your words.
Exactly. No, that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. You know, and it's crucial, like, because, you know, I get people are shy, but you got to be fucking confident about what you're doing. Don't call a studio and be like, oh, I want to get some studio time. Well, what the fuck do you want? I mean, let's go. Let's get on with the conversation. You're on my time now. You know what I mean? So, like, just be serious about your shit, because it shows through your work and who you're networking with. And that just, you know, you might lose a potential fan, a potential business partner, and a potential sponsor because you were just like.
So that makes me think about red flags. You know, I have things that I call red flags. So, you know, I get phone calls all the time, all day long, because I take all the calls for the studio, and there are red flags. There are things that make me automatically not want to book somebody. You know, and I don't want to give too many away because you have to be yourself, but being the professional thing on the phone, that's a big thing. Also, if you're trying to talk to somebody about setting up some music, honestly, like, don't ramble on about who you've worked with. Don't ramble
name
on
dropping
about all the cool stuff. Yes, name dropping. Do not name drop. All that kind of stuff. Remain humble. Don't ever act like you're the best, or because you've worked with this person, or I've done this, or don't say I've been doing this forever, or all these kind of things. Like, keep it real. You're establishing a relationship with a friend and a business partner, and all these kind of things at once. And I don't know. I have to get that out there, because when I've had people call, and all they could have said is Friday at 3:00 open. But instead, I've learned their whole life story, and I know it's their birthday next Tuesday. Like, what the hell? You don't need to do that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Just maintaining professional. I just really want to stress that while I have the opportunity to
No, that's
people.
good. That's professional ethics right there.
Yeah.
And you guys are hearing it from a guy that's going to be picking up your phone call when you need studio time. So you might want to take notes. So let's go back to the budgeting, right? He said 2 more hours, so that's another $130. So right there, let's say you got 260 plus your beat, which is 300. You know what I mean? So you're at 560, and that's just you getting the beat. You got the studio time down, and what's next, right? Well, what's next is creating your buzz. Now, creating your buzz is going to go back to using your social medias again. It's going to go, what is the theme of this single, right? What am I trying to portray with this single? Well, when I go do a photo shoot, I'm going to, if my song's about the streets, I'm going to go take some pictures in the streets, some real gutter areas. I'm going to, portray this image of what the song is, right? So you got that. Get your photo shoot done. You want to, and this is key for photo shoots, guys. You're going to want to take white background pictures as well as scenery pictures, okay? Because if you go to a blog and you say, we want to use this and we're doing this, and they're like, oh, well, we need a picture for this particular content, and you send them something with background scenery, they're going to more than likely ask you for a white background. And it's just professional when magazine companies or anybody comes to want to market and work with you, because you need to be able to have all of this stuff. It's about having a complete package. So when you're doing your photo shoot, just take into mind that you need to take a few with a white background, so where you can be cut out and put in any other content that's possible. For instance, if this song, you got a show coming up, now you got to create a flyer. Well, guess what? The white background you can cut yourself out of and create your flyer. Boom. So now you got the song, you got your the whole song's done. Now you're working on your content. So now you got your photo shoot that you're about to be doing, which is roughly, could depend who you're working with, around $150. We'll just say that. Or we'll just say $150. I'm not saying how many pictures that is or whatever, but that's around $150 to $200, depending on who you're working with. And again, just like you do studios, call around people and ask people if they want to work with you. Show them, tell them what you got, let them be known that this is where you're going with your music, because that person you're talking to might be me and might be like, oh, well, what else you do? And then you tell me you got this album, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, guess what? I do music videos, and I do this, and I do that. Now I just helped you get to more accessible things that might help your budget. What were you about to say? No? Okay. So you got your photos. What's next? Oh, now you need to have your, I want to say it's like first single, you really won't need a press kit, but you're going to need a press kit. Let's say if you've never done music before, this is your first thing that you've ever done, you're more than likely going to just vibe and use off of the stuff that you have, right? You're going to need to create that content for your electronic press kit, which is an EPK, which is what most radios, record labels, booking agents are all going to need in order to get you to where you need to go to the next step. So you're creating that EPK with the content that you're getting. So you got your photo shoot done. Now you need a graphic design artist, right? All right, well, again, the single's about the streets. So, I got my pictures of the streets. All right, well, what is the song about? So then, you know, you get the graphic designer and you tell them this is what you do and this, you know, this is what I need, da 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 da. Now you have that content. So now you got your graphic art for your single, you got your photos. Now the next thing is a music video, right? A graphic designer for your cover is probably going to be around $50 to $100, depending on who you're working with. And again, establish a fucking network with the person that's doing your artwork, because that can lead to new things. It can lead to other doors. It can lead to your price being cheaper. Now, I'm not saying go fucking lowball every person that you're trying to work with. That's not how this business works. Because at the end of the day, when you go push this song and you want someone to buy it, you want me to buy your shit for $10, right? So that's exactly how it needs to work down the chain. And more than likely, when you help somebody else get money, they're going to help you get money. So again, keep in mind networking. So now you got your graphic. Again, all right, so we're about 200. You're about 760 right now. And that's pictures, music completed, and music video and graphic, right? Now here comes the legal work, right? Because you can't put out none of this shit until it's copywritten. And if you aren't copywriting your music, you are going to fucking lose it, especially if it's good music. I'm telling you this right now. There's fucking professional ass people like Lil Wayne that is in the studio that gets his music stole by other motherfuckers too. Shit happens. Protect yourself. Now, I'm not saying, oh, you got to go out and spend $150 an hour on a entertainment lawyer. No, this is what you do. Take your ass to Google and look up copyrights, right? You can go to the state office.
I mean, you can go to copyright. Oh, you can go to like the post office. No, you can't go.
No, through the government. I'm talking about the state.
It's copyright.
Secretary of State or
okay.
Secretary or fucking. I can't remember the damn name. I have an entertainment lawyer. I haven't done this in a while. It's I have to look it up.
The way that I used to do it before your lawyer just made things way easier.
Yeah.
Was just copyright.gov and upload your shit and answer a ton of questions.
There it is.
That's all.
Copyright.gov. That's what I was trying to get. It's going through a whole nother name. Yeah. So to do it yourself, to make it cheaper, you do that, right? Again, it fucking sucks. There's paperwork. Oh my God, I gotta type out things and do things and da 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 da. Well, guess what? That shit's gonna protect you from getting your music stole, for one, and for two, somebody not to sue you to say that they did it when you actually did it.
And the mailing it to yourself does absolutely zero in court, so don't even waste the cost of a stamp.
The poor man's copyright by nothing. Emailing yourself and not opening it. That shit doesn't fly for shit like this. I'm just gonna tell you that now. You might be able to get away with it for like a fucking week, but you need to be working on getting that business copyrighted or whatever the fuck you're doing. So you got legal work, and how much was that you said when we're talking about for the copyright? It was like
it's like $30-$40 for the upload, whether it's one song, 10 songs, 20
yeah, that's
songs.
what it was. Okay,
it's like $30-$40. It's not a lot.
Exactly. So now you're at,
it's like 2 hours worth of work though, but
yeah, I mean that's not much though, again, because you're taking this shit serious. You've already taken this, all right, let's keep going. So you're at about $800 right now. This is almost besides the music video, I didn't get to that price yet. So besides the music video, you're at $800 now. The main thing is you want to think about when you're moving on to the next step is, if as far as the music video, is quality. Now, I shoot music videos. They're not 4K, fucking highest resolution there is. But again, it's going to come down to the person you're working with. The visual that you're trying to give off. Is that being portrayed with this person? Ask for their work. Ask, have they done this and have they done that? Most of the time, I'm going to say you're going to spend around $500 for a music video. That's a little good estimate.
I mean, it can really, really, really range.
It really can.
But here's the thing. If you don't spend $500, if you spend $200, you probably just wasted the $200.
Yeah.
Versus getting something great.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's that quality over quantity. Because how many times have you seen a video and you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even with just like, a few $100 camera and the lights in the right placement and someone who knows how to edit in a way that's appealing to the eye.
Right.
That's that's really what's important. The person behind the computer and the person
Exactly.
behind the camera.
Exactly, and portraying your image.
Don't
with
go
the
for the
image.
cheap video. Don't go for the cheap anything.
Exactly.
When you're coming to this, 'cause it will sound
it will.
cheap or look cheap. Yeah,
It will fuck you real quick.
Yeah.
So right now you're at about $1,500, right?
But-
roughly.
I mean, you, especially if it's your first or near the beginning of the career, you know, because I feel like some people might be thinking, well, maybe I can just chop out the video for now since that's such a large amount of money. But like, it's so important because you might post your song. If it gets 300 views the first day, that means your video probably would have gotten 3,000.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? By the quality of what it looks like.
Just
you know
people
what I
click
mean?
on videos more than audio. It's just a fact. You got to
it is
know
a
it
fact.
to play it.
And that's the truth. So at the end of the day, from the beat making all the way to getting the music video, your pictures done, your graphic design done, and again, the whole audio being done, you're at about $1,500, right? This is the type of shit, and how I'm planning it out right here on the radio is how you need to be doing your project. Because now that's just getting your content and your fucking music ready. That's not talking about marketing. That's not talking about how much money you got to pay this blog $20 to get on there. You got to pay this blog $100. You got to, go shake hands with this DJ and he wants $50, but he'll play your track and so on and so forth. That's not talking about going to get t-shirts made. That's not talking about going to get your flyers made. That's not talking about going to get your fucking business cards made. All that shit I'm naming is what will help you be successful. Now, again, it's hard to do this, but it's not impossible. Because at the end of the day, if you really want this, you will take the necessary steps to make sure that it looks professional and it is what it is. Now, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people didn't teach me nothing. I've spent like a lot of my social media and fucking emailing and all this other stuff, electronic press kit. I spent almost about $2,000 to this company that really didn't teach me shit and didn't really get me anywhere because I didn't have the knowledge of what I was doing. But again, this is all trial and error. But you know what I took from that 2,000? I took knowledge. Because now even though they didn't do shit for me, they still gave me insight and showed just by what they were doing what I need to be doing. I didn't just wake up one day like, oh, well, I know how to work Cool Edit. No, I studied and watched YouTube tutorials on how to work Cool Edit. I didn't just, start rapping just because it was sounding cool. No, I looked up what rhyme styles there are, who were the people before me and how are they saying words and how they were doing this. I studied that. And I didn't just wake up one morning and learn how to make fucking music videos and learn how to edit fucking photos. I learned how to do these things. So to me, when I hear artists say, well, I can't do this or I don't know this, it pisses me off because it's like nobody taught me shit. I went and did it myself. Nothing was given to me for me to just be where I'm at. I literally had to go learn. And with that being said, I'm going to go to a break. And when we get back, I got more information for you. Make sure you keep your thinking caps on. This is Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I am your boy, Silassie. We'll be right back after this break. Yada.
Chris with a dot, I will arrive with the pot. Ebach will bring in the thoughts, feed him with Henny. Watch it all fall off, like trying clothes in the mall. White suits with the black shoes for the fucking fools. Fooling around with me, you might end up on the news.
White suits, black jeans, Taylor shoes. Bad bitches, 20 bottles with the crew. Fast lifestyle, how a nigga move. African and no cool, really cool. African and no cool, man, we really cool. African and no cool, really cool. African and no cool, man, we really cool. African and no cool, cool.
getting sprayed like mace, hell yeah. And they can't survive in one day, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can relate, hell yeah. I'm from a place where you can stay, hell yeah. And niggas getting sprayed like mace, hell yeah. Yeah, you be lucky to one day, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's where you getting played like Legos, yeah. When niggas black are like it's Legos, yeah. And they be paying you in pesos, yeah. And niggas counting up the queso. That's cheese. One day I hope I'll be back up in the building, stunting with yeah, I'm counting up the millions. Yeah, we be stacking up the racks up to the ceiling. And I got women that be feeling on my penicillin, talking about my semen. I got women, yeah, and they be counting on my bread, yeah. Don't let that cash flow through your head, yeah. Since I was young and I was bred to stack this money up, there's nothing else to say. I can relate, hell yeah. I'm from a place where you can stay, hell yeah. When niggas getting sprayed like mace, hell yeah. And they can't survive in one day, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can relate, hell yeah. I'm from a place where you can stay, hell yeah. And niggas getting sprayed like mace, hell yeah. Yeah, you be lucky to one day, yeah, yeah.
Tell my ex-girlfriend to call me, ooh, so I can tell her sorry, not sorry, ooh, cause I be fuego. Me and Tika Savage off the demo. You need to fly to Tanny just to get up on this level. Goddamn, I went and did the Phillips in Atlanta, and then I went and got me all my tattoos in Nevada. Called my mama, said I love her, and I did it for the family. No, than Wonder Gang, if the fingers do the spelling bee. Records for my bitches and my homies, and everybody talking like they know me, yeah. I'm from Zimbabwe where you watch for snakes in every step you try to walk around. So when you get a Grammy nomination, they be calling you the golden child. Not far away, not far away. I'm one person from meeting, yeah. And by the way, I told you that I love some niggas that I used to care for. So when you count my money, better double count it careful.
Yeah, I can relate, hell yeah. I'm from a place where you can stay, hell yeah. When niggas getting sprayed like mace, hell yeah. And they can't survive in one day, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can relate, hell yeah. I'm from a place where you can stay, hell yeah. And niggas getting sprayed like mace, hell yeah. Yeah, you be lucky to one day, yeah, yeah.
I just wanna go far away.
while you clench tight. If you bite, then we might have a play fight. In the middle, then I look back at it. In the groove of the love so sensual. From the bedroom now to the living room. I wanna hear please to another moon. Yeah, we lost in time so spiritual. I swear I thank God you a miracle.
Nothing but time, nothing but time. Let me hold your hand. I might get a little freaky. You know where to kiss me, so I wear my collar low. You know where you take me. Can you give me all you got? Can you give me all I need? Baby, baby, make me say please. Make me say please. Make me say please. Give me all you got. Can you give me all I need? Baby, baby, make me say please. Make me say please. Make me say please. Baby, come away with me.
Party like it won't be no tomorrow, head to toe on fleek. Like the stars, and you know we going A-way, A-way, baby, A-way.
A-way, A-way, A-way. Shawty swinging my way. Shots to the head, blowing clouds of that propane. If they want a session, I can show you how to rotate. Ain't no chaser when I sip, so they know I'm on that first place. All this body on me, know the brows on fleek. Say you want a real freak, but you know TIC. Yeah. So what I'm on tonight? Phone don't vibrate, but I know it rung twice. If he keep on calling, I'ma slide it to the left. Let you know what it is. You too full of yourself, baby. Top shelf, smooth like steel. Jugging at the party, had to serve the clientele. Baby, know I'm twisted, keep it going for the weekend. Fuck your plans all together, 'cause you can't predict the weather.
And we be going A-way till the morning, just for the night. Hey, baby, just for the night. Party like it won't be no tomorrow, head to toe on fleek. Like the stars, and you know we going A-way, A-way, baby, A-way. Party like it won't be no tomorrow, head to toe on fleek. Like the stars, and you know we going A-way, A-way, baby, A-way. There we go. And we till the morning, just for the night, hey, baby, just for the night. Amphetamines got the best of me, they won't let a nigga breathe, need some better weed. I don't know what you want, but what I know is I don't like it. Bottom line is you gotta leave. Pop a bottle, please, look, 'cause it's on me. So coach my folks to the VIP, but unhook that rope, they don't need ID. We living life, it ain't nothing we gon' need, hey. And we be on that A-way, you only live once, so ain't worried about what they say. She wanna be my lady, but that bitch too crazy. We can kick it, but it's just for the night. Call it a play, they look at all the pin on how the night will end. We bout to do the most, and so invite a friend, so we can make a toast to our accomplishments. And wake up, then do it again, like A-way, and we go. And we be going A-way till the morning, just for the night, hey, baby, just for the night. Party like it won't be no tomorrow, head to toe on fleek. Like the stars, and you know we going A-way, A-way, baby, A-way. Party like it won't be no tomorrow, head to toe on fleek. Like the stars, and you know we going A-way, A-way, baby, A-way. And we go. And we be going A-way till the morning, just for the night, hey, baby, just for the night. And we go. And we be going A-way till the morning, just for the night, hey, baby, just holy, like the stars. And you know we going A-way, baby, A-way.
It's a letter to you, yeah. I've been going crazy. I've been on these ladies. I've been an asshole. I've been living on fast forward. I've been going crazy. I've been on these ladies. I've been an asshole. I've been living on fast forward. But I'm Prince Charming, women want me if money told. I have plenty on me as I walk on clouds, not much above me. And I'm staying single cause I love to mingle. What can I say? I have trust issues, plus women love it when I say I'm single. Only good intentions, never evil, and I stay honest. So she love on me, might have a man, but she don't want him. Different characters, same story. He buy everything except a wedding ring, and now I have to show her that she still want it. If I fuck a bad one, then I'm gon' flaunt her. In conversations with my relations, they tend to tell me they love to flaunt me. No double standards, I'm pro-woman. Do what you do, but don't get mad when it's done to you. There's no wall that I come to that's trying to stop me. I haven't run through on some real shit, some business shit. Business shit drive me crazy. I'm just kicking it till I'm kicking in. Just witness it, you listening? I've been going crazy. I've been on these ladies. I've been an asshole. I've been living on fast forward. I've been going crazy. I've been on these ladies. I've been an asshole. I've been living on fast forward.
Since you gone, I've been trying to fill a void. Boy, acting all crazy, moving like Swayze. Ghost, leave a no trace, leave a sad face, leave a bad taste. Ducking and dodging till I find that love. Give it to me, baby, I don't wanna get enough. Have a nigga daydreaming at a green light. Got me going crazy, I ain't never lost sight. This is what it is till I say I do. Heard it all before, got the context clues. So I play the game till I know your motive. Could be a candidate, I might serve a dinner plate. Take it to the inner city, pop tags. If you really want me, roll that. Need a co-pilot that'll ride through the mileage, that'll ride through the storm. Hell, ride when I'm wrong. Girls really love me cause I got that light skin. Word for word, I ain't got a protein. I ain't being cocky, I just beat it like Rocky. Beat it like Michael, while she ride it like a cycle. I be a king, so she gotta be a queen. Freak in the sheets and a lady on the scene. Until I find the right one, I'ma keep moving. Hella shade, tell her cause I already said it.
I've been going crazy. I've been on these ladies. I've been an asshole. I've been living on fast forward. I've been going crazy. I've been on these ladies. I've been an asshole. I've been living on fast forward.
Fuck what them young niggas heard. Fuck what them young niggas heard. Fuck what them young niggas heard. Fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. Fuck what them young niggas heard. Fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. Fuck what them young niggas heard. Fuck what they think. Watch me get that money. Watch me run away.
codeine, all I drink. Watch me get this pack off, then run out to the bank. Laughing at you niggas like, you ain't got no money, what you talk about money for? I don't count my money, I just weigh it by the pound. Street certified, I'm the man in my town. No matter how it go, you know I'm gon' ball. This your nigga gon' paper chase till he get it all. No, I'm gon' paper chase until the casket fall. Caught the plug and I threw them bricks right up in the wall. My mama telling me to slow down cause I'm moving too fast. I'm addicted to the cash, I'm addicted to the struggle, I'm addicted to the hustle, I'm addicted to the plug. Young niggas heard, fuck what they think. Watch me get that money, watch me run away to the bank. Fuck what them young niggas heard, fuck what they think. Watch me get that money, watch me run away to the bank. Fuck what them young niggas heard, fuck what they think. Watch me get that money, watch me run away to the bank. Fuck what them young niggas heard, fuck what they think. Watch me get that money, watch me run away to the bank.
Ain't know what this is, Edrin. I'm running it just like I'm Edrin. It's like y'all block my Texas, cause y'all don't seem to get the message. I'm coming off for the letters, with financial ass if you let us. Still out here chasing dreams, so that bullshit you can't sell us. I'm counting up a bank teller, that money on my main schedule. Got me mobbing like a good fella, but I'm on the
Yes, welcome back to Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I am your boy Silassie, and today we are talking about problem solving. The last 3 or say 2 segments, I've been talking about social media ethics. I've been talking about following up with your fan base, reaching out to your fan base, figuring out who is your fan base, what numbers, geographically, demographically, however. Talked about budget, budgeting from having your exclusive rights to a beat all the way to a music video. Make sure you plan out your projects. I don't care if it's a single, an EP, or an album. Those of you who don't know what an EP is it's pretty much extended play, and it's it's like 3 to 6 or 7 songs. I want to say 6. I really don't even think you should go past 6 on an EP. And then the LP, which is long play, which is your full-length album, pretty much. So if you guys don't know what those terminology is, you just did. You found out. Anyways, but planning out your shit is what's going to help you execute everything that you need to. I mean, as far as planning out your social media post, to planning out the process of your beat, and all the way to the fucking marketing of your beat, or music, however you want to go about it. So, the reason why today I kind of wanted to do this is because, I did a show last week. I got a show coming up, and I talk to artists every day, but it's like, excuse me, I got the hiccups. But it's like, I see a lot of I can'ts and I don't do's that aren't necessarily what I need to be hearing. First off, as somebody that books you, or somebody that does work, that's going to work with you, I don't like to hear that type of stuff, because that type of mindset and that type of vocabulary is what pisses me off, and that did not get me here. I didn't say, oh well, I can't record. No, I recorded myself. I never said, oh, I can't fucking promote myself. No, I go ahead and did it myself. And I'm not trying to boast about it. I'm just trying to tell you and show you what you need to do to get to the point. And here's the deal. I'm telling you all this stuff to help you out. And hell, you might be better than me. And guess what? I'm not a fucking ashamed to say it. There's plenty of fucking artists out there. I can start naming motherfuckers quick. I mean, that are better than me. But the thing is, it's how you execute at the end of the day. And, my Lifestyle Live radio with Heather J, we talk about entrepreneurship. Execution is a huge thing. Jay Green from We Could Do Better Radio with Heather J, I can't tell you how many times he says execution is the key to things. So it's not only, you don't want to just think of these things. you actually want to put action towards them, because you don't want it just to be a thought. You don't want it to be a fucking dream. You want to create this reality. So if you're really taking music seriously, you have to do these things. I'm sorry that this is not what you want to fucking hear. Actually, I'm not sorry, because nobody gave it to me fucking with a spoon and said, here, man, like, I just suck that shit up and fucking do it. I mean, I can't tell you how many nights I sat with my ex, or yeah, because I don't want to say names, but I can't tell you how many times she sat and watched me cry over shit. I mean, I got robbed for like $1,500 fucking dollars from a promoter. That company took $2,000 out of my fucking pocket. Like, we're trying to survive and eat and pay rent and bills, and I'm continuously just throwing out money because, for one, lack of knowledge, and for two, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. You know, you hear people tell you this, well, you know, you just go promote yourself. But how? What do I do? You hear people tell you, oh, just go fucking write a song and record it. Well, how? What do I do? And that's the thing, is there's not enough people out here that are leaders. You know, everybody wants to take your fucking money. Well, here at the House of Artistry, we don't fucking believe in that shit. And I don't like money. So any information that I can pass on to people, I'm going to do it. And I don't care who likes it or not, you know. And if your shit is whack, I'm going to tell you it's fucking whack. If your shit needs work, I'm going to tell you it needs work. But these are things that you need to be able to cope with in order to grow. To grow, you seriously need to be told no, and you seriously need to be, you know, someone needs to tell you, like, dude, for real, like, just fix it. You know what I mean? It's not to get in your feelings. It's not to, like, you know, whatever the fuck case may be. But you got to set aside your emotions and get down to business. But before I close out the show, I do want to go through some events, since this is the event advisory. I kind of do this by myself now. It's kind of weird. But it's okay, because we get it fucking done over her. So, June 16th. Oh, that's today. Lolo featuring Hotel. Wow, I cannot pronounce that name. Guada? I think that's how you pronounce. I'm sorry if I fucked it up. I'm sorry. Brian Miguel, you better motherfucking tell me something, boy. I'm sorry, because I don't know how to pronounce that nigga's name. But this is going on from 9 p.m. on to 2 a.m. This is going on at Nines in Deep Ellum. That's on Main Street. If you don't know where Main Street is, then you better look up Deep Ellum. And if you don't know what Deep Ellum is, where the fuck you been at? Anyways, let's see what the next thing we got going on. That's going on in Memphis. Holy moly. Well, Dallas Dreams Triple D Takeover. This is going on at Dallas Dreams, which is on Greenville Avenue in Dallas, Texas. 9 p.m. on to 3 a.m. Let's see what they got. They got Lil Cajun ISS hosting with Southside Daz. So make sure you guys go check that out. Again, that's June 18th at Dallas Dreams. Let's see what we got going on. The Doors. Friday 23rd at the Door. That's the name of it. I can't tell you if the band name is Friday or it's June 23rd or the Door. So it's at the Doors Club on Main Street in Deep Ellum. If you don't know where that's at, again, where the fuck you been at? This is Deep Ellum life, baby. 8 p.m. on to 1 a.m. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, well, Down the Rabbit Hole Graves with John Pan at the Lizard Lounge. This is going on 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Holy shit. Lizard Lounge is on Swiss Avenue in Dallas, Texas. Holy shit, 4 a.m. The kind of fucking party they got going on in this motherfucker. That's a rave. I might want to go check that out. And then June 25th, we got Bareface Network is putting on their very first show at the Drugstore Cowboy in Deep Ellum. Now, this show is going to include artists like Children of Indigo. For those that don't know who they are, where the fuck you been at again? I'm sorry, I just keep getting hyped about that shit. We also got Silassie that's going to be performing. My band, I thought we was broke up. I was going to start seeing a counselor. Yeah, but yeah, we're back together and we about to fuck that shit up. We also got another artist named Corey that's gonna be showing up, and we got DJ Huss in the fucking building. So again, if you don't know who these people are, go. I was waiting for it. Where the fuck you been at? Okay, I just wanted to say it again. So June 25th, we got Solo Sundays. This is going on at Bucky Moonshine and Elm Street from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And he also has a radio show too. It's Fresh Fade Radio. There you go. Oh man, bro. Gee. All right, this is a freestyle competition. Nikki P, if you listening, bro, you better go hit that shit up. And those are all the events that I got for right now. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go check out barefacenetwork.com to go check out all the radio shows that are a part of our network. Lifestyle Live Radio, We Could Do Better Radio, and soon we got Footy TV coming, and these guys are fucking cool as fuck. They are going to teach and talk about kids playing soccer, the growth of soccer, how to get your kids involved in soccer, and all that other good stuff. So it's about to be some more good shows showing up on Bareface Network. Shout out to Heather J, who's my business partner. She is out making connections right now. Shout out to Joshua for being my engineer. He is the owner of the House of Dupre Studio Recordings. I don't know why the fuck I said house, because damn it, this is the House of Artistry, so it kind of fucked it up. Anyways, Dupre Studio Recordings artists, if you guys need some quality shit, he's the guy to go to. I'm going to end this show with a fuck you and have a nice day, because I am Silassie, and this is the House of Artistry, and all we do here is talk shit. See you later. Next week.
My way of life has taught me that I gotta keep searching. All the answers that I'm looking for will be found on another level, sitting with a crown. I see my own reflection, this is why I'm humble now. Give thanks, show love, or you meet with karma. I just wanna live right like the Dalai Lama. I hold myself accountable for any tangible items that I randomly find. I got a cannibal grind, I'm an animal with Hannibal's mind. Nothing that they do could ever take what's mine. I'm painting pictures vivid, you can see my story. And every bar that I spit is like a true life Maury. I'm never gonna stop, but wait, I guess I can't stop. This is my destiny, only one way to the top. I'm searching for myself, so I'm never gonna stop. This is my destiny, only one way to the top. I'm searching for myself. 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 Me. I'm searching for more. I'm searching for more. I'm searching for more. I'm searching for more.